Hey y'all, I've been in my garden picking tomatoes, pretty little cherry tomatoes, and I was just pulling grass up around my jalapeno plants, and I looked. When I got the grass away, lo and behold, I had tons of peppers on my plants. So I brought them inside. I'm gonna wash them and chop them up real quick, and then I'm gonna pickle my peppers, and I wanna show y'all how I do it. But first, I've gotta get these washed, and I wanna show you a few things that I do for prepping before I actually do it. First things first, I want to get my island, which is made of maple wood. I want to get it clean. So I just, you know, you want everything clean, especially if you're going to can something. Everything's got to be clean. So this is what I use, vinegar. It kills all kinds of germs and bacteria, and it's also safe to be around your food, so why not? And it doesn't hurt this wood at all, so, and it cleans this wood real good for me. So this is what I do. I put vinegar all over it. I also use this vinegar for pickling the peppers, so he's gonna stay right there with us. And then I take a dry towel and I just dry it really, really good. So I've got a nice clean work space for me. And there we go. And these are some things that I'm going to be using to chop my peppers is a cutting board. And I use a plastic one if I'm going to do something like this for canning, because I want it to be clean, 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 clean. And I actually wash this in my dishwasher to make sure he's really, really clean. And I do have me some gloves because I've got all those peppers to chop. And last time I chopped peppers and stuffed them, my hands burned for 2 days. So I said, okay, I'm gonna use a pair of gloves today. And so I've got my knife, but I wanna show y'all something. And a lot of y'all have probably done it. A lot of times when you're chopping on your board, it scoots on you everywhere. So something real easy to do is just stick a paper towel under it, and it's there. You can put a little towel under it. You don't have to use paper. You can just use a towel. So I've got my gloves in that. I'm gonna go wash my jalapenos really, really good and shake them, excess water off, and I'm gonna chop a bunch of them. And I'll save a couple to show y'all, but y'all know how to chop jalapenos. I wanna show you some things that I've got prepped to going. I've got me some water boiling on the stove. That's gonna go in the pickled peppers. And I've actually got me some vinegar, and I've just got it warming. I don't wanna boil my vinegar, but I want it good and warm, so when I pour it with my hot water, it doesn't cool it down, so my jars will actually seal for me. So everything needs to be good and hot, hot, hot. And I wanted to show y'all these jars too. Well, of course, the ones, let me pull this out of here. I put the wrong one in the water and it's hot, hot, hot. So let me get that out because I just want to show y'all so much. I love these little jars. I found them last year at Wally World, and they just go along with us. John and I just love to get things. I'm literally gonna have to use a hot pad on him real quick, but I want to show y'all. Put him up in the sunlight. You see the little star on there, and it's got stars and stripes on the star. I just thought that was just adorable, so I had to get them. And I put pickled jalapenos in them. But anyway, that's just what I wanted to show y'all. I'll sew down in here, and I'll get this boiling good. Let me put this one in there too while I'm at it. There we go. And I'm gonna need 3 of these lids. I do reuse these little screw-on caps, but I don't reuse these, okay? You need to get these new every time, because this little seal right here, after you use it the first time, it's liable to not be good enough to seal and stay sealed the next time. And you work so hard with things you pickle or can, you don't want that seal to break and you have to throw it away. That would be tragic, tragic. So I'm gonna put me 3 new little lids, and you can just get these little packages everywhere you go, just about in your grocery stores and your big discount stores. And I put 3 in there right now, and I might end up needing more. I don't know. When I get these chopped up, I'll kind of gauge if I need another jar or not. But I'm going to get these boiling real good. You need to let your jars boil at a not crazy rolling boil, but you know, a good bubbling boil for 10 minutes to make sure they're good and sterile for your canned goods. So anyway, I'm going to go chopping up jalapenos. And I will meet y'all back in my kitchen and we'll get these things pickled and jarred. Hey guys, take off the glasses. I'm back, I'm chopping now, and John also likes pickled peppers, some whole ones. He'll eat with like fried chicken, different things like that he loves. So first thing I'll do is I get some of my smaller little peppers and I'll put them in this jar just to see how many I need to fill up a jar before I can it, and I'll chop the rest of them. He'll be good pickled whole, and he'll be good, and he'll be good. Let's see here. Oh, here's a cute little one. I think he probably fell when I was picking, so I said, okay, come on. Come on, you can come on. Let's see here. Now I'm gonna take these back out and I'm gonna actually cut that little, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Cut this little stem off. Cut it off like this. I hope you can see that. Like it gets that little stem holder piece on there or whatever that is. I don't know what that is, but anyway, I do that. And that way it kind of lets some of the pickling juice get down in there a little bit too. So that's what I'm gonna do to all these just to show y'all. But I just wanna make sure I've got enough to fill this jar before I slice them all. Sometimes I'll get so happy chopping and slicing, I'll forget to do some whole ones, and he likes those too. Once I cut off stems, I'll be able to get those down in there. So that's gonna work. All right, I'm gonna save that there so I won't slice them up. And I was gonna show you what I do when I slice these. I guess I'm vain, or I don't know. I just like my food pretty, and I know that you could pickle the tip end of him if you chop him off like that, and he tastes the same, but I don't like it in there. So I shave off just the tiniest little piece so I can get a good slice on there, and I'm gonna show y'all how tiny. I don't waste much of him because I don't like to waste him, but I just do a tiny little piece off the tip end. So now when I slice him, it'll be a nice little slice there. So that's just what I do. And this is what I'm gonna be doing for a while. Like I say, I'm wearing my gloves because the other day I did this and my hands, they just burned for 2 days. Pepper juice is serious business, but that's all I do. I'm just cutting that little tip end off and chopping them up. And I slice them, I don't know how thick that is, but of course you do it how you like it, but whatever thickness you like. And I'll go down, you know, close to where it just gets to where it's white down in there, and I don't put him, he won't make it into my jars either. So just the very tip in, and then some pretty slices. And I take my time because, again, if I accidentally don't slice all the way down in it, or I mess up my chop, then I don't like him to go in my jar. I like pretty food. I guess because I like to make these things, I like it to be pretty. And they do say everybody eats with their eyes first, so I guess I don't want people looking at my food and saying, ooh, I don't want them doing that. And I used this little thing. I should have gotten it out already. This little bench scraper is what this is. And if you don't have one, it's handy to have around. And I do let all the seeds just stay in there. As you're fooling with all this, they'll fall out some, but they just go down in your jars and kind of help to keep it spicy or whatever. So I don't worry about getting them out or anything like that. And I know that this is about like watching paint dry, so I'm going to turn y'all off and I'm going to chop up all my peppers, and then I'm going to turn y'all back on, get y'all back in here with me, and we'll pickle these little things up real fast. All right, y'all. I'm gonna stop and come turn y'all off. Are we back on? Yeah, we're back on. Okay, y'all. I've been filling my jars. Got my last one to go. I thought I'd get back on here with y'all. I just didn't have enough but for a small one too. That's okay, because I've got small jars too. All right, let's fill this last one in these hot jars. I left my lids in that hot water so they can stay good and hot and clean. Y'all, I've got all kinds of canning things, and I've got them all packed up to go out to my canning kitchen. They just called and said they're delivering my refrigerator and stove for my canning kitchen tomorrow, and I'm so excited. John and I got that canning kitchen, not this past spring, but the spring before that, but that's how our projects go. They're long and drawn out because we have about 10 going at a time usually. Do y'all do that? We do. I bet y'all do too, a whole lot of you. So anyway, I've got all my canning kitchen stuff packed up, and I usually have a funnel that helps you get that in there really well. Okay, I'm gonna get these in front of y'all and let y'all see what we're gonna do, how easy it is to pickle. Y'all see, all I did was chop them up. I got my jars good and clean, and this is what I do. I've got salt. This is table salt, and I also have canning salt. I tell you what, we'll do right. We'll use canning salt today. And I've looked up why do we need canning salt as opposed to just our table salt. And it said that this has been processed or purified in a way, however you want to put it, to where it won't make what you can get cloudy. It'll stay crystal clear. So I said, okay. But I've done the table salt lots of times when I don't have canning salt, and it doesn't get cloudy either. So anyway, I guess it's a possibility. And I put 1 teaspoon of salt in each one, and I'll do it, you know, heaping up. It doesn't matter. Because that's when you pickle stuff, it's pretty salty. That's what it's all about, huh? All right. There we are. And now, all we do, I'm going to take my vinegar first. A little hot pad. And I pour, we'll see if you can see this. I'm going to pour it about 1/2 to 3/4 full with the vinegar. And kind of pour slow because it trickles down through there and fills up more when you quit pouring. See my line? Yeah, that's a little over 1/2, kind of close to 3/4 full with vinegar. And you see he's good and hot, my vinegar, not boiling, but just steamy hot. And you too, mister. The whole ones. And then my little jar, same way, about 3/4 full. There we go. And I have vinegar left over, and I just let it cool, and I pour it back in the jar because nothing's wrong with it whatsoever. All right, y'all. Then I get my water that I've had boiling over here that's good and hot, and I'll top it off. Top it off and come up a ways. You need to leave a little head space is what it's called, and that's the space between the lid, jar, and your water, your liquid, so it'll have room to pressurize. Now this is a very, very important step. I'm going to get a clean, dry paper towel, okay? And we are going to wipe these lids very, very clean and dry. Make sure you don't have any like little pepper seeds or anything on there. Nice and dry and clean. Nothing in between that lid seal, so it will seal and stay sealed. Trying to find me some tongs. Pick me up a lid and a top. Stick him on here. He's good and hot. There we go. Now I'm going to screw him down just tight with my fingers, okay? And that's another thing. Don't screw him down some more like after he's sealed for you or anything. That's it. this is it. Now my grandmother would let them seal, and she would actually unscrew this and use it on others, but I just leave them on there because maybe I think it's prettier, I don't know. I just leave them on there. Anyway, here's one. Let's do the next one. Next little guy. Oh, I didn't wipe him off, did I? All right, y'all, getting ahead of myself. Wipe him clean. I'm going and wipe him clean. Actually, he looks a little too full since I put that liquid, and I'm gonna have to trade a pepper or two over because he needs some space in there. Wipe him clean and dry. All right, guys. All right, guys. I'll tell y'all, I'm not sure about you. I'm gonna have to take a few out. There we go. Now, wipe you clean again. All right. Just tight with my fingers. Kind of keep him spaced apart there so he'll have room to cool. Hot, hot, hot. Just tight with my fingers. I wish I could just leave this going too and let y'all hear them pop because it's a neat little noise to me. It lets you know, hey, I did something right. But if you talk about watching paint dry, we'd sit here forever. So, you just have to take my word for it. And that's it. Now we got pickled peppers. Aren't they pretty? So pretty. I don't know if you can still see the little stars and stripes. Where'd he go? There he is. He's still on there. All right, y'all. That's it. And if you don't grow them in your garden, you can go buy some at the store and pickle you some peppers if you want to. So just have a good time. Y'all have a good day.